Afternoon, everybody. Happy Thursday. Well, the tomato harvest is in. You can see a lot of it on the counter behind me. I've got too many to eat, so it's time to go ahead and make some of my famous red sauce, which is the backbone of so much great Italian cooking. Whether it's pizzas, pasta, you name it, a good red sauce is key. These are all ripe and ready to go. I've washed them off. I'm going to de-stem them, and I'm going to cut them in half, squeeze the seeds out, throw them through the food processor, put it into a nice big pot. I'm not going to pressure can this. I plan on using this within the next couple weeks or so. So under refrigeration, it should be fine. So let's get the process going. Don't they look great? Grown with our own vines here on the rancho. Let's go ahead and start prepping these. I'm going to get a big silver bowl here, and as I de-stem them, I'm going to throw them in that bowl. I'm kind of going to go back and forth between two bowls as I move them closer to the point where I'll be able to put them into the food processor. Going ahead and making sure all the stems are off. I'm not doing the final pre-cooking cleaning. You'll see some of them have been got a little funk on them. We'll cut that off. But right now the first step is just to remove all of the stems. This should make a pretty good amount of sauce here. And these are all ready to go here. A nice load of tomatoes, huh? As we used to say back in Baltimore. Nice load of tomatoes. I miss the Eastern Shore tomatoes. Okay, so there they are. They're all ready to go. It's time to top and bottom cut them, and then we'll squeeze out all of the seeds. Okay. Well, I forgot I had some in the refrigerator too. All right, throw them on the pile. Just giving these a good washing off too. I guess we got about 5 or 6 pounds of tomatoes here. Making sure they're really good and clean. Yeah. There it is. That's a lot of tomatoes. Not as many as some years, but it's a pretty good amount. Next, I got my very sharp knife here. I'm just going to top cut, examine each one of them, and cut deep enough that I can squeeze all of the seeds out. I want to make sure your hands are clean. You can actually reach into the pockets and pull all of those seeds out, and then we'll start collecting that in one of these silver bowls. And this is definitely the longest part of the process here. I'm just reaching into the cavity. I did clean my hands today, wash them thoroughly. You're never going to get them all out, but it's going to be kind of messy, but try to get out as many as you can. If you have any funky parts of them, just cut them off there. And you can actually strain this out and make a tomato soup if you want, which I've made before on the channel. Alright, and that's pretty good. So that's the way we're going to do it. Just one by one. I cut off the bottom if it looks a little funky. And then just reach in, poke through, and just push those seeds right out. Okay, that's pretty good. We want to de-seed it as much as is possible. Okay, just like that. I don't know about you guys, but I like a very spicy, really robust sauce. So we're going to use 2 cans of tomato paste, a couple cans of tomato sauce, and we're going to use very liberal with the Italian seasoning, the salt and the pepper, which should make it awesome. And I just give it a squeeze to get all of those seeds out. Just doing the last of them here. It's going to be kind of a gooey mess. But so what? If you want to save the juice and strain it out, add a little seasoning, salt, pepper. Makes a dynamite tomato soup. I don't think I'm going to fiddle with that today. Given the heat and everything, I think it'll be enough if we just accomplish the making the red sauce today. I think that we'll be doing well, and don't worry about getting every seed out. What's going to happen is that food processor is going to just blaze that stuff down to a really good pulp. Sometimes, if it's a little tough, I'll pull out that center core of it. Okay, I got 3 more to go. I got to take a couple minutes to de-goo the countertop. That gets really messy. But if you like getting your hands in there, it's a perfect thing to do. Well, there they are. They're all prepped and ready to go. I'm going to get my big pot out now. Down here. And I'm going to use garlic powder to make it easy. I got some onions and some other things to put in there. Let me go ahead and get the food processor set up, and we will grind away here, the fun part of the process. I'm going to get this set up. I cleaned that out really good last time. We should be good to go. I think this was my thrift store $1 $1 food processor. Oh, that's gross, right? That's gross. That's rosy, right? So I'm going to throw these in here, and we're going to pulse this first batch here. Okay, let's put the let's see if we get the lid on. And we got nothing. Let's see, we're unplugged here. Yeah. Wow, everything went down. The whole shooting match right there. Well, you can see how. bet you enjoyed that, right? All right, that's the end of the first pulsing. I'm going to give that one more go. Hopefully, all hell doesn't break loose. All right, we're going to pour that right in to our pot, just like so, and go through all the rest of these. Fire in the hole. Man, that was scary. The whole darn thing all fell down. Hey, it's Rosie, right? Rosie in the kitchen. Man, if Food Network doesn't call me, it's the biggest mistake in the history of the world, right? Always entertaining. And ladies, I'm available for your home. All right, perfection. Well, you get the idea, guys. Try not to tip over the whole schmear when you're doing it. But it's looking good. We're going to have ourselves some good red sauce here. Yeah. Sorry about the camera. I'm a professional, right? Yeah. Let me finish these up. There's all of our processed tomatoes. Okay. We're going to go ahead in this separate pot over here, prep some olive oil, some onions, and some garlic salt over there. I was lucky. I found some garlic, so don't be freaking. Oh, Rosie, you should use garlic powder. I got a nice onion and I chopped up a little garlic in the bottom of there. About 5, maybe 6 of the little wedges of garlic, not 6 whole bulbs. We've been down that road before. Let's put the heat to it now and get this going and add the spices. Then we'll combine it back in with our tomatoes, a couple cans of tomato paste, and a couple cans of tomato sauce, a little bit of water, and then throw her on the heat. Oh yeah, like a double can of sauce, and I got 2 cans of the Hunt's tomato paste here. It's going to make it nice and rich and kind of intense. So you got to have that to make a good sauce. That has about 3 tablespoons of EVOO extra virgin olive oil. I've got the onions kind of rough chopped. So we'll let them go until it gets translucent there. And we'll add our spices to them to let them release the flavor. When that's all ready, we'll combine it over with our tomatoes, processed tomatoes. Oh, Rosie, you're a cooking genius, an Italian mama. Woo! House is smelling good. I'm going to use 4 tablespoons of Italian seasoning. I don't like a wimpy sauce. One of my greatest disappointments when I go out to eat, pizza and other things, when they use a sauce, it's no more tangy than Chef Boyardee. So we're just sweating them down. Looking good. I've got the Italian seasoning here. It makes it very easy to add that in. And we'll add the salt and the pepper in. Chef Boyardee Rosie. Gone ahead and added 4 tablespoons of Italian seasoning, 1 tablespoon of salt, and 1 tablespoon of pepper. And I'm going to add my secret ingredient, which is the red wine vinegar, full tablespoon of that. Give that a good. The reason I like to add my spices to the oil, and I'm going to add a little more oil, is it helps them release their flavor under that more direct heat. What a blast of the smell. Smells so good. Just about ready to add that in. Make sure you get all that goodness out and add that right into the sauce. Okay, scrape it good, get all of that goodness in there. Now we're going to go ahead and put in our tomato paste and our tomato sauce, and then all she has to do is cook down for about an hour or so. I'm going to add about 3 cups of water to it too, okay? On with the show. Alright, everything is all combined in with, I started with 3 cups of water, so I've got the heat to it now. All the spices, looking good. We'll let that just come up to a boil, then we're going to turn it down to a simmer. It's already looking like a really nice red sauce right now. Really nice. Bringing that up to temperature. You can add a tablespoon of sugar. It'll help cut down the acidity too. How good is that looking? You may be wondering, how long should you simmer this sauce? Long enough so that the sauce doesn't break. That means when you put a teaspoon or a tablespoonful on a plate, that it doesn't separate into a lot of liquid and a lot of vegetable. That's the key. I've made this before. I haven't simmered it and thickened it enough, and then when it goes on the pasta, it breaks. Okay, so we need to make sure that this is going to simmer for probably at least 2 to 3 hours here. We've already reduced the water volume some, but it's very important to produce a sauce that does not break. Okay, don't break it. There's our original line up here, and you can see we've already started working down, but you also need time for all the flavors to come together. That takes time. Ask your Italian grandma. About an hour and a half on the simmer here. Just to show you guys what I'm talking about there, you can see a little bit of breakage in the sauce. I put some on a saucer there. And we want to make sure we continue to reduce this until we get that potential breakage as low as possible. But it's looking good. Okay, we're coming up to the 3-hour mark, and you can see the level is reduced quite a bit now. I've done several tests along the way. Now it is time to jar it up. It tastes delicious. I've gone ahead and sterilized, run through the dishwasher all of the jars. So I'm going to go ahead and start jarring it. I also went ahead and sterilized the measuring cup that I'm going to be using as a ladle here. It's going to be a little messy. Do not burn your hands. This is very hot. Here's number 1. We'll clean the sealing area up pretty good. These are going to be under refrigeration. They're not going to be canned, pressure canned in a water bath or anything like that. And under refrigeration, they'll keep very well. We are just filling these up. Okay, take them all the way up to the top. They're looking good. Got 2 down. Maybe we'll be able to get, hope we'll be able to get a full 3 quarts out of this. Well, we got about 2 3/4. Let's see if we can get that last bit out of there. Reduce the volume, but we've got a great sauce, so let's go ahead and wipe these tops off real well. And we will use the one that's lowest filled, obviously. Here. Put that in there. Let me go ahead and grab some of the, I run the new seals through too. Go ahead and put that on there. Nice and dry. Let's get our ring. We've got some really nice tomato based sauce here. Grab one more for this one. Seal that up good. And there we go. Woo! And there is the finished product. And for my money, it tastes far superior to what you get in a jar. That's going to be a wrap for me. About a 5-hour process, something I enjoy doing with a lot of my extra harvest here on the rancho. And there's something very satisfying about making your own red sauce, particularly if you have grown your own tomatoes. With that, I'm going to close it out. Wish you all a wonderful rest of your day. I'm going to go ahead and wait till these kind of depress and seal the tops on them. They will buckle down, and I will go ahead when they've cooled down and stick them in the refrigerator. And I predict good eating ahead. Thumbs up or appreciate it, everybody. Thanks so much for being along.